Good morning. Good morning, viewers. Oh, magandang umaga. Very sunshine. Uh, yes, I'd like to share to you the the tradition, custom and tradition of Chinese. The meantime, I want to tell you about how my parents, mother, father, become husband and wife. Well, during the war, Second World War, we Filipino, we always go to the mountain for evacuation. So my father meet my mother, and during that time, my father show interest by always helping my mother in doing things, provide provision, giving provision, assisting, and everything. And so later, my mother was appreciated by the gesture, and by nature they become a living partner then. So it started how they became husband and wife. Okay, we go up faster forward, and in 1975, my oldest sister, my one and only older sister, Nena, she used to be called as Magdalena, was offered a dowry by his fiancé, Cesar Cosi. About that time, I do not understand Chinese tradition. However, I can see that several people come to our place in Mejorada Building, Roas Avenue, Roas City. Early on, it is our business address, the Liberty Soft and Candle Factory. I was surprised to see there are 4 to 5 vehicles arrive and go up in our residential place in the third floor and bring on so many gifts, all wrapped into red color. I was shocked to see, and only to understand later that there was a ceremony to be held by offering glory to my sister. And thereon, my father, my mother was the witness, and they sponsored some Chinese in Rojas City community to join the occasion. And after that activity, we have a lunch in our place, and we have about 12 persons seating capacity in a banquet. So that is the reciprocal approach of the parents of the daughter or the girl, the woman. We call that in Chinese as panto. So after that, late in the afternoon, probably maybe about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, the group went back to Iloilo because Cesar Cosi is from Iloilo. They are the family of Cosi, Co in Iloilo. Mga relative ni Cosing siya. Remember the hardware Cosing siya in Iloilo. So that is where it started. That I realized soon my older sister will no longer be in our house. And 6 months later, I was surprised to know again that my sister is getting married in a Chinese tradition again. So after dowry, 6 months after marriage. And what interests me to know that upon my sister, after the ceremony, upon my sister leaving the house, my father gave her an envelope. And I know that was a check or a manager's check of the bank. And so, my sister is the only girl in the family. My father loves her so much. And I asked my father, Papa, why did you do that? Well, he answered me, son, soon your sister will no longer be in our family. She would be in Iloilo, joining the Co family. She will no longer be a Po family because our surname in Chinese is Po. So that was it. And then only to know later that my father gave all parts of my sister inheritance and bring to the husband family. During that time, that was only about 100,000 pesos, but in 1965, it's already big enough. And especially now, perhaps we are talking about $1 million already, more or more. That is the Chinese tradition. But my father came from Nan'an, Fujian, China. My father used to have huge farmland. They call it yard. And then the measurement in Chinese was bo. Chibo ng bo, sabo, sibo. I believe it is something like, for us it is called as a hectare. Oh, my father owned that, and he is the youngest. While the elder brother is already in Igbras and doing business. Because my grandmother has to do that in order to save my father. During that time, the war between communists and the nationalists was so intense. There was rampant kidnapping. There was rampant hold up robbery, snatching, chaos. Yes, all over Fujian it was chaos. And so my grandmother said my father in the Philippines at the age of 14 years old, 13, 14. And so my father has to survive bringing nothing because you cannot bring your property, your lot from China bringing in the Philippines, so empty hand, right? Only maybe a few of jewelry, gold bar, that was the thing perhaps he bring along. And walang aeroplano noon, no airplane. So they rode on the boat. And after 15 days, reaches Panay Island. From Manila, processed papers, and went to Panay Island as refugee. So then, at the immigration, instead of my father's name, Po Chong Bok, because we are from the lineage of surname of Po, P.O., my father was given the official name in ORCR as Tieng Chun. Tieng means light, bright, mahayag, malinaw. Chun means spring. So, bright, the name would mean shining brightly. Springtime. So, how do you say that? Brightly spring or spring brightly? That's it. And that were the reason why my father went to Iloilo from Fujian going to destined to Igbaras. About that time, my uncle, we call him Papa Ijok. The name in Chinese is Ijok. He used to own a dominant buyer of copra in Igbaras. He bought copra even as far as Antique, bring that to Igbaras, and then from there, restock it. First, they were going to put it under the sun, and then restock it. After restocking, they will travel Carosa. From Igbaras, they have about 30 to 38 Carosa going to Iloilo to bring the copra to the rice mill, a cooking mill in La Paz, I think, or I don't know. I'm not sure of that. Sure. But there was a saying heard all around saying that should the merchant of Igbaras bring copra to Iloilo, it really affect the pricing structure and finally affect the cooking over price. So to imagine, really that's a huge volume. The troops even sleep at middle of the road kasi Carosa is very slow and then loaded with copra. They cannot reach Iloilo in just hour or two, but a day or two. That is it. That is how I understand the story. And then, on my part, by the way, my mother was the eldest daughter of my lolo, Atty. Tercio Spinetta.